Before I begin, I want to make a big announcement. The full Igbo calendar is now available for your Apple and Google Calendar. I have created a calendar that tells the 13 moons, 4 market days, and different holidays and correlating rituals across the whole of Igbo land, as well as breakdowns of what they mean and the stories behind them. This is available for all patrons who join our community to support this channel at patreon.com/TheMedicineShell. But upon seeing the age that will come, many of the enlighteners of the world chose to die with their knowledge and made the conscious decision not to teach the next generation what they know. Because from their visions of the future, the coming world was going to be one where their advancements would be used for bloodshed and destruction. Much of what was known during Uga died with those who know it, as the hands to come were not seen as worthy or capable of handling the power of the knowledge of the children of the rising sun. The people of Uga saw a future where people would turn completely against nature and one another. An age of deceit and death on an unprecedented scale. And in dying with their ancient knowledge, many of the children of the rising sun would not take part in the era known as Uga Azi. Uga Azi is known as the age of wickedness, or the age of backwardsness. This is the time where human beings lost their connection with universal order and lost a great deal of their previous wisdom and ability, but used what was preserved to destroy Ana, the earth, and Igwe, the sky, as well as one another. Uga Azi is the age we currently live in. In this age, individuals lost their ability to see more and now only see Madu, as the people of Azi are incapable of seeing the soul of an individual. In Igbo cosmology, all people exist as Madu and Mo, person and essence, or self and spirit. In Uga Azi, the average person has lost connection with Mo, an element of self necessary to understand the whole of a person. And this began a fixation with the physical body and an inability to appreciate the abstract, or the essence of an idea or thing. Person. One example that was given to me by a Debia who was explaining this era and how we're more focused on body than spirit in Uga Azi was in masks. Most of our ancestral masks are what we would call abstract, because the abstract allows you to see or give vision to the essence or spirit. According to our ancestors, many of the abstractions featured on African masks are also visible on everyday people if you're able to see their more. Art forms such as uli, when done by a diviner, use a temporary tattooing ink called uli to trace the abstract lines on a person's body that are no longer visible to the eyes of Uga Azi. This also caused the loss of our ability to see the cosmic fields of the earth and the variances in energy held in certain places. This, as a result, led to the loss of much of the building knowledge of the past, as sensing the energy of a land and using its fields to guide building allowed human beings to sustain peace with the land as they settled it. To date, many of the Arushi are built in set locations based on the energy of that particular place and follow a pattern that practices the principle of Ijiala, or holding the earth together. This is a set of human building activities and principles that enhance the harmony of a place through human activity, or as the name says, holds the land together. As Uga Azi advances, the ability to do this recedes in the human mind. After losing sight of Mo, the mind of Uga Azi became carnal, materialistic, and shallow. Uga Azi in the age of Azi lost their connection with the universe and nature, and began to see human beings as something entirely independent of the universe itself, and often the only thing in the universe of any worth. Uga Azi lost their ability and their interest in communicating with anything in the universe outside of themselves. And everywhere Uga Azi appeared in nature, the natural balance of life reduced. From this, Uga Azi unleashed a wave of destruction against nature that was previously unprecedented. Countless systems of ancient knowledge was destroyed, lost, or abandoned, and those that were retained were used to destroy and maim both human and earth. The destructiveness and inclination to cause pain possessed by Uga Azi is codified in names such as Azikiwe, or Azi is worse than emotional pain, or even in the commonly heard phrase Azibakwa, a phrase literally wishing away Azi, which is similar to God forbid, said after something abominable is said or heard. But with all 4 ages, there are those within the age who meet the ills and concerns of their age head on, and reform the world around them by mastering its challenges. So, as we're in the middle of Uga Azi, it's interesting to me to see who these people will be in our own era. The way that Ndiegede restored the spiritual balance of Ugachi and Umwangu, or the children of the rising sun, met the world's problems with uniquely human solutions in Ugangu. Most of all, it'd be interesting to see how things will look at the end of Uga Azi when the cycle begins all over again. And that's it. In the beginning of the video, I said that there was another culture in another part of the world that had the exact same breakdown of 4 ages that humanity went through. Their breakdown matched the Igbo breakdown to an uncanny level, so I wanted to share it in this video and ask you guys what you think. Now, before I go into which culture this is and break down their 4 world ages,